Hello, I'm Charles, and I'm a beekeeper that loves old beekeeping equipment. In 8 years of swarm chasing and doing cutouts, I usually have at least one a season that surprises me, and this year is no exception. I received a message from a fellow beekeeper about a swarm that was in somebody's porch. Beekeepers often get calls from people that are calling a settled beehive a swarm, or even calling us over things that just aren't honeybees. When I received this photo, I was perplexed.
Here we have in somebody's porch an open air hive. It's not on the wall. It's literally a hive where a swarm came and set in through their porch right here. So I'm literally happy they called. They have an issue escaping, so we're going to suck as many of them up as possible. Looks like they only been here a few days because there's a tiny bit of comb which we'll take with us. But that's really neat.
The owner is a lovely elderly woman, extremely friendly, and she explained to me that the bees had showed up a week before and she didn't want to hurt them, but they just ended up all over her home. She was just thinking they might leave. The house apparently had honeybee hives in some of the walls on the exterior, on and off for the past 30 years, according to her. The woman explained that her late husband one year harvested honey from the wall when he sighted the house sometime in the late 90s. She showed me pictures of two honeybee swarms that landed right on the holly tree beside her front door. Um, this place is definitely a very attractive place to honeybees after all of these years. It is a solid survival strategy for honeybees that when they smell their own scent and they see, hey, honeybees have been here before, that this is a good safe place for them to bivouac or a good safe place for them to settle. This is likely the reason that swarms will bivouac in the same place or kind of hang out in the same places year after year.
All right, I have that little queenless swarm queenless cutout that we caught over at that nice lady's residence. And this is another swarm I caught. I put a piece of paper in between, so by the time they chew through it, they should be used to the queen scent. The newbies are right up here in the top, and there's plenty of them, but not quite as many as this hive below, so we should be able to merge them into one hive. So let's open this up, pull out the drawer, and there we are.
Before I departed, I used my hive tool to just jam some paper napkins into the entrance that the bees were using. And this should be where my story ended. This should be the conclusion. However, a week later, I got a frantic call that a new swarm was settling into the mudroom again. That's right, another swarm. They chewed through the paper napkin to enter the building.
But now they're up here, and I could vacuum them. There's a lot of approaches I could take. I'm kind of thinking of just putting a box there and chilling out and getting them to march. Like, they're a little touchy being in here though. And some are still crawling in through a hole over here and getting in. I'm gonna caulk that thing real good to try to prevent that.
After vacuuming almost everybody up, I'm looking at this window and they were starting to draw wax on it, getting prepared to make yet another hive.
This train was going real slow when I pulled up about 10 minutes ago, and then I swear to Christ it started rolling backwards for a minute, and now it's stopped. So this is where I live now. I made the choice to merge these bees with the same colony. Hopefully they make one big beautiful hive. I also did make the same choice to open that hive after dusk, and I just want to warn new beekeepers out there, don't open your hives after dusk. They really don't like it. The real lesson here is that honeybees are attracted to places that honeybees have already been, whether they're looking to move into a dead hive or they just smell the area and go, hey, smells like honeybees, we're probably safe here. That is a brilliant survival instinct that they have. I would recommend Dr. Thomas Seeley's book, Honeybee Democracy. It is one of my favorite books about honeybees. It talks about how honeybees, as a eusocial insect with their hive mind, decide where they're going to go during a swarm and how they decide between possible sites. It's brilliant research. I love it, and it's written at a great layman level. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.